planning on stealing something?
No, ma'am, we're not.
Plan on murdering me in my sleep?
What? No.
Where do you get off?
Just a couple of people who totally got off, bro.
Hey, show us your basement.
What? No.
And we have returned to Show Us Your Basement, another fresh episode for those of you who have been waiting.
Two brothers.
Again. God, man, this is... thank you for tuning in, for listening. We really appreciate it.
Again.
It is... Again. The fall time is right around the corner, so if you guys are excited for the Halloween season... Again. Please stick around for future episodes because we'll be talking about more horror movies to come. So we really hope you guys are excited. So go ahead and hit subscribe, hit the notification, and
Edgar?
What? Again.
Okay. And yeah, and Eric, please tell them about what they can look forward to when they subscribe to Poor Man Sports, our other podcast where we talk about our poor man takes.
Okay.
On everything sports.
You talk about hockey, you know.
You're not Eric, so please go ahead. Eric, the floor is yours.
Well, you're going to hear a large dosage of three people that don't know what they're talking about and enjoying it.
One specifically, me.
Yes.
I'm not pointing to Josh, although he does not know a lot about other sports that are going on, I will admit that. But that's what makes us Poor Man. And that's why we like it, because
Just about baseball.
we don't know anything. We just love watching football. We can watch football. We love watching football. Josh really just, it's NFL. For me, I can do I'm NFL, Eagles. Let's go. You already know. But I also love watching the college football game as well.
Oh.
So you're going to expect just basic people talking about sports.
That's
Not journalism.
yes, that's
Not
right.
journalism.
Poor takes.
Poor takes by three poor
Everything
men.
to take, I guess.
And you know what, Eric, I couldn't have said it better myself because you could be listening to a bunch of other sports podcasts, but why not give us a shot? We're the everyday person. We're the everyday man with poor man takes. It's just like a couple of friends that B-dubs right now. That's what you're going to get from that podcast. We're all just eating wings and watching football games, right, Josh?
Again.
That's how it is.
Josh,
Again.
Please don't let this be.
You
a thing.
know, remember this episode? And cut Josh saying again and add it to the soundboard.
No,
Yes.
that is going to quickly have diminishing returns. Quickly is going to have diminishing returns.
Hold on. Is this
Don't-
football? Or what did you say?
Yeah, I would like to hear that sound bit
football?
again.
That worked.
Yes. Look, that has been archived. It is
Okay,
in an old
good.
computer. I gotta go dig it out. But needless to say, that will make a return to the.
Be
Poor Man
perfect
Sports.
for trivia.
Yeah.
Trivia.
Yes, I have to. It is in progress. There's a lot of classic Josh lines. Again, is not one of them. I'll say that.
Oh, come on.
So that is
Okay.
that is awesome.
By the way, our name speaks true when we go through trivia. Trust me.
Oh, yes. Yes. If you want to see Josh be caught off guard with these trivia questions, go listen to the last episode of Poor Man Sports. It was a good one. I was really shocked. I was really shocked at some of the answers that
Josh didn't know?
to some of the questions. Yeah, he didn't know. So, yeah, go ahead and subscribe to that as well. But without further ado, let's go ahead and dive right in. It's been a minute since we've done Show Us Your Basement. So, Josh, since you seem to love to interrupt me so much, how about you give us an update on what have you been watching? What have you been, playing, etc.? Go ahead.
Oh, man. I just pushed the button.
This is your last episode.
Again. As you guys know, I've obviously watched Spider-Man Brand New Day. Leave it at that. Won't really dive into it. And then I watched one more thing. I haven't been watching too much. Been super busy, but the last thing I was really into watching was actually Kevin Smith's Mallrats.
Oh, okay.
Which I think it's one of my favorite Kevin Smith movies. So, I was like on Amazon Prime, and it was labeled as leaving soon, and I was like, ugh, gotta watch me some Mallrats. So before it leaves, so enjoyed that one very much, but not too much. I don't think actually. I can think of on top of my head. So, but that's all I got.
That was disappointing. Edgar, what have you been doing? What have you been watching? What have you been getting into?
Okay, I'm just gonna put it out there. I also watch Spider-Man Brand New Day. Leave it as that. Yep. You know what? I've been watching a lot of rewatching of old movies, like comedy movies, like the Other Guys. I saw Step Brothers, stuff like that. Because there's
Do you consider those old movies?
not old, but not. That's why I said rewatch.
Mm-hmm.
They still hold up. I can say that. As for shows, we've been watching Tires. But besides that, just same old.
All right.
Mm-hmm. You?
Nothing too crazy.
No, nothing too crazy.
Eric, what have you been watching? Have you? No, you have seen Beau's Afraid, so never mind. What have you been watching lately? Because you get into some deep cuts sometimes. I'm surprised by some of the things you watch.
Yeah, I've been had a couple of weeks where I've been really concentrating on reading, doing more reading, reducing device activity, and just reading books and enjoying that and immersing myself into things that interest me and discovering more about them to the best of my ability. As far as watching, man, it's been kind of a dull point for me watching anything interesting lately. I've been rewatching the X-Files. It's been a long time.
Interesting. Okay.
So and I enjoy the X-Files a lot. So that's pretty much the extent of my watching movies and shows. I can't think of a movie that I've watched recently that we haven't talked about. I went and saw The Odyssey, but we already talked about that. I did watch the Evil Dead Rise. So, but I am pretty excited to see what's coming out. We're going to talk a little bit about 2026 and movies that have come out and ones that are anticipated. I'm looking forward to the Resident Evil movie.
Oh shit!
A lot more TV spots or whatever they call them, little trailers.
Yeah, I try to avoid watching the trailers, but the few that I've seen bits and pieces of, it looks interesting. So again, never played the games, so I don't have anything to go on. I'm just an outsider looking in. Mm-hmm. So,
all right. Well, I mean, look, Eric, you've yet to see Spider-Man Brand New Day, which we were kind of hoping to talk about it on the podcast. But I think the thing about Brand New Day is that it's still being talked about online now. Mm-hmm. So I think it's still going to be a pretty fresh topic for us to talk about once we've all, once you've seen Brand New Day. Geez, what have I been doing? Well, I've watched, I think I brought it up on the last Show Us Your Basement. I've seen Seven Samurai and continuing the tradition of watching movies I don't normally watch. I've seen Police Story by Jackie Chan and Police Story 2.
Wow.
Let me tell you, man, those two movies are really fun to watch. Wait
until you watch Super Cop.
I've seen that one. I I saw the third one, and then I went back to the first one and the second one. I did it in complete out of order. I think I love the first one the most, though. I think that is my favorite out of the three.
Wow.
Yeah, I love the Billy story. Surprised by the look. So I think I need to rewatch. I need to rewatch Super Cop now, having seen 1 and 2. But I really enjoyed watching those films. Jackie Chan, such a good like movement actor. Like, he just knows how to move on screen. He knows how to emote. The fighting scenes in both those films are just very intense, and also, like, I mean, it's of the time, obviously, right? It's no John Wick, it's no The Raid, but you can definitely see that is where the seeds were, the where The Raid, I'm sure, came from, like those like very kinetic action scenes, you know. So, and it was also pretty funny.
Yeah, he's the martial arts, you know, Hong Kong version of Charlie Chaplin is the best way to describe him.
That is actually a really good way to describe it. Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. Have you seen all these? I'm sure you have, right, Josh? All three of them? Okay. All right. I just want to make sure.
Howard, come on, he's Asian.
All right. You need to point that out, but
kind of.
So I've been watching that. Gosh, what else have I been watching? I've been watching Ghost in the Shell, the anime that's come out. It's a new take on it on Amazon Prime. I don't know if you guys are into anime or have seen or know about Ghost in the Shell. I highly recommend it. It has that 90s animation style of like 90s anime. So I think, I mean, look, I haven't really watched a lot of the movie. I think I've only seen it once. So take my opinion with a grain of salt, but I've been enjoying that. And I don't know, dude. I have not. Well, I guess this is a good transition to our first little topic. I have now finally watched and I have consumed Obsession. Edgar and I have finally seen it. I read the script, watched the movie, seen the breakdowns, seen everything there is to know about Obsession. I know you guys have already seen it, so we're a little late on the conversation. But let's go ahead and dive in. Let's jump in to our discussion. The thing that everyone's been waiting for. They have not watched Obsession because they wanted to see our opinion first, right? That's how it goes. Let's talk about Obsession. Eric, you're the first one to mention it a few episodes ago that you've seen Obsession. So I think it's kind of best to kick it off with you. What did you think of it? What were your thoughts? Now that it has been a while, go ahead.
Yeah, I really enjoyed Obsession. It to me, it is on a similar. It kind of reminded me of a kind of a cousin type film to those of It Follows and Smile. Right? It's that eerie, uncomfortable, sort of stalkerish feeling. It's this slow moving stalker style film with a very dark lit tone, you know, in the background. It's difficult to kind of pinpoint. I shouldn't say it's that difficult, but it was an interesting. What was interesting about this movie was, I think what fascinated me was when he made the wish and he broke the whatever it was in the box. I thought it was interesting right away in the movie. Where he bought it, they pretty much were like knew what it was going to do, but it was not a big deal, right? They just knew it like it was firsthand knowledge, and yet nobody else knew what was going on. So that was just like an eerie feeling, knowing like, well, somebody knows what's going on and why this is happening, but they never really reveal why, right? And I like that. It leaves a little bit of mystery, a little bit of like using your imagination to kind of understand what is going on here. Why does this store that just sells basic trinkets know that this is like some powerful magic or whatever is going on? And so, I thought it was, I thought the way they unfolded the obsession side of it with the young woman was very different than I had imagined going in. It wasn't like your traditional obsession type movie where you can't like get away from the person. It was more like he's trying to hold on to this relationship or what he thinks is a relationship while navigating these crazy behaviors. And the movement of she's coming out of the corner and there's something very jarring about her movement. You can't quite figure out with your mind, like, how is that happening? Like, why is she have these strange moments where she almost looks like her body is contorting in ways that are clearly not possible and walking backwards. And they executed some of those scenes so well that it almost like fooled your mind, like to stop and think like, what just happened right there? Like, you've got to kind of stop and think about that moment. And so really captured something you're not used to seeing. So it felt very new to see. And I thought it was very refreshing, well acted. These were not a list of actors you'd have ever heard of, but they performed very well. I guess these would be like up and coming, I don't want to say they're B level actors, but they're just up and coming, maybe B level actors that certainly delivered an A performance. So, love the lighting, love the mystery. I just thought it was a very, very well done. This was greatness for me. And it was very refreshing to see a horror movie like this. We need more of this. And I think it's very encouraging. We're starting to see some new style of horror when it comes to the back rooms and obsession. This is what I think the new greatness horror looks like, right? This awkward, mysterious, just so strange, hard to wrap your mind around, which leaves a lot for discussion like we're doing now. So I highly recommend, if you haven't seen this, to watch this movie. It's a great
recommend you did, because Josh, you did see it before Edgar and I got a chance to. Josh, were you in the same boat as Eric when you watched this film? What did you think about it when you saw it?
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of this movie. Right off the bat, I'll just say that this movie is greatness. It had a lot going for it. I would say it's more in the category of It Follows more than anything. I feel like Smile is a good Smile feels like it was more big budgeted than this actual movie. You know, there wasn't really anything expensive about this movie, in my opinion. From the actors to the visual effects to such a good movie, just simply because it's not just about like horror elements, right? Like is it possession? Was she possessed? Clearly it wasn't her. But she was also like just the idea of she was being held against her own will. Yeah. Like she was being kidnapped. She was being forced. This entity that took over her really wasn't the villain. The villain was actually the main character, the guy.
Bear.
Jimmy.
Yeah. No.
There, So, and I think the whole moral of it is that, from like stalking her on Instagram to, constantly like throwing himself at her with these like, what was the
are you talking about when you called her Freaky Nikki?
Yeah, Freaky Nikki, to try to impress her, because that's what his friend said, supposedly to yeah, it was just yeah,
Greatness. Huh?
lost for yeah, greatness, overall greatness. So
Edgar, you were kind of keeping yourself away from everything on social media until you watched the movie, finally saw it. So you went in with it with fresh eyes, which is difficult to do for a movie this big, right? Because this is like the highest grossing horror movie of the year, one of the highest grossing movies of the year, period. You know, this is like the fucking, what would you call, like the underdog story of the year. Is like, has small budget, made a shitload of fucking money at the box office. What did you think of it?
Okay, greatness out of the way. I enjoyed it. I loved it. It goes to show that if you look right now, I don't think all theaters, but it's still in theaters.
It is still in theaters.
So that goes to show you that word of mouth and and all that. Not only that, we got two great horror films so far. Backrooms and Obsession. They came out close together, right?
Close together, yeah.
So to me, out of the two, I'm not like saying Backrooms was the worst or anything, but I enjoyed Obsession more, just because like within the 20 minutes of the film, it starts. They set up the plot and whatever. As with Backrooms, it's more of a slow burn. You get to the meat and gritty of the movie, right? With this one, I'll just what the guy said. Like, it's eerie. I'll give it that. It's unsettling. Moments. Like for example, when he tells his friend, I'm dating Nikki, and blah blah blah, right? In the background, you see her looking at them.
Oh, like just still staring.
Yeah, there's moments throughout the film that she does that, right? Just like that, just the moments are so eerie. The way, even that famous scene where she walks backwards or whatever, right? I just I think it follows more to the movie, the stalking and all that. Like, it follows. What else did I have to say about this film? It's just like, it's just very unsettling sometimes, and that's good for a film. It's not always, blood and guts and gore. It can be more subtle.
It has
right?
its fair share of that in this film.
Like
sure.
Yeah, it does, but not as much, right? And there's moments in this film where, like, should we spoil?
It's been out forever now.
Okay.
At this point.
Now when he sees the door taped up and shit,
yeah,
and he just looks at it like nothing's
like
okay. I'm going to
that's the thing that I liked about this film, is that it also is pretty funny too. It's like terrifying, but there's moments where you're just like, what the fuck? But in a funny way too.
Necessary humor.
Yeah, it's necessary. Yes.
Yeah, because if you think about it, right, like the whole thing with the door being duct taped, right? And her feeding him his cat.
Yeah.
And then when they're sitting down in the living room, and or we'll even say when she was like waiting for him in the living room to come back, and she was like pissing herself.
Yeah.
To her even freaking out, and then like being like going backwards and then like coming back,
like reverse,
being all
like
weird. Yeah. And then finally when she falls asleep, he's like, she's like, it's kill me, right? And he's like, is that really you? Is the other person like asleep? And she's like, please kill me while she's asleep. And he's like, what's wrong with being with me? And then he leaves, right? And it's like,
what a dickhead,
like,
man.
Yeah, like so he knew of all of this craziness and unsettlingness, but he was willing to accept it because he was obsessed with being with Nikki. So it was necessary humor.
I do like there was moments where like she will do something crazy and Bear will just be like, yeah, so no more pissing on the floor, okay, Nikki? Like let's just not do that. And it's like, dude, why are you being so?
Or like where's his limits? Like,
he doesn't have a limit.
When the girl died, right?
Sarah,
Sarah, It's like, help me guide the body. He's like, you
Yeah,
see
he
a little
looks
hesitation.
shocked, but he does it
Then
anyways.
cut to him helping.
but he does it anyways.
Then cut to him helping her.
So it's like, what's his limit?
Yeah.
How far is he willing to go to make this thing work? And I also found it interesting that he never, when he tells his best friend Ian to do a wish, he tells him, say that I never made a wish, so that he could remake the wish again. He never had any intention of wanting to stop seeing Nikki. He just wanted to redo the wish again differently. I don't know if you caught on that. Yeah, he said, like, just say that I never made a wish. I never wanted to, so that he could redo it. That's why he had another one in his pocket, so that he could remake that wish again.
Is that the one that Nikki used?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, and then also the guy in the store tells him, like, you could tell her to do the wish, right? Like, she loves you, so she could probably do it. So who knows, right? Like, I mean, it's just like, Bear is such a fucking, like,
Dirtbag.
such a cowardly dirtbag. Like, he doesn't have,
Like,
and it's known from like minute one. Like, you can just tell, you can clock it from him, like, in the beginning. Like, this guy doesn't know how to speak to women. He's very awkward. He's very much of that, like, unrequited love type of, like, you know what I mean? And it's very tragic from the very start that he's not going to be with Nikki, and you can tell that Nikki doesn't want anything to do with him. You know what I mean? So it was, like, never really meant to be anyways. So I don't know. I really enjoyed it too. It is greatness for me as well. This being a first-time director, well, first-time feature director, Curry Barker, because he has done short films on YouTube, which I highly recommend. I've seen most of them. I haven't seen the one that he's, like, the most popular for. I think it's Milk and Cereal, which is kind of loosely based off of with this film.
Oh, really?
I think, like, that's where he kind of got some of the ideas for, like, the tone.
I thought he's like more of a comedic.
Yeah. So he also has that side of him too.
He did an interview and he said he based this movie off of The Simpsons.
He did
Treehouse
the
of Horror. So
monkey paw.
and you can actually see that. Eric, you made a point where, like, he bought that, like, wish stick or whatever, and nobody cared. That's actually from an episode from The Simpsons. Treehouse of Horror. Is Homer walks into this place and, like, buys this thing, and they're just like, he's like, you just sell a bunch of this crap. Yeah. So, but yeah, he drew inspiration from Treehouse of Horror.
That's right.
So.
Yeah. That is correct. So yeah, just very impressive from a first-time director, you know, and he's already. I think the next movie is, if not in production, it's already in post-production. I think it's almost close to being done.
Are you sure? Really?
Yeah, I think he's already almost done with his next film.
So I have a question for you, for the three of you guys. I don't want to discredit Backrooms, but which one's above the other?
I already said it. Obsession for me.
For me,
What's
it's
number one, number two? Obsession.
For me, it's Backrooms, and then it's
Backrooms.
Obsession.
Okay.
Obsession,
Okay.
Yeah.
Eric.
Yeah, this is what's difficult is picking one over the other is difficult because they both have earned their respect in their own ways. I think for me, when I look at Backrooms, I think about Kane Parsons and all the work he did on his YouTube channel and the millions of views that he accumulated, and being at the age that he is at 20 or so, to be able to step into this space and to deliver a product like that is extremely impressive. So I would pick the Backrooms, but it's not because they're both very different style of movies. They're not comparable really in that regard. I think the mystery of the Backrooms is what captivates me more. But I think with Obsession, it was again like I think about the scene where he calls the number on the back of the box, and this guy answers, and he's just like, yeah, you know, and he just sounds like a lazy stoner, but he seems to have some connection with where she really is, because he puts her on the phone and she's like screaming, and he's just so like, yeah, see here, like, you know, like it's so jarring and mysterious. And so I'm gonna say Backrooms, but it's not. This isn't something where I feel like it was, like Backrooms,
Discrediting one or the other.
yeah, discrediting or dominating the greatness of Obsession. And I just think what Kane Parsons is doing, and I think about how old he is and what more he could bring to the table. And I'm not going to say Curry. Is it Curry Barker? I can't remember his name. Curry. It's not to say that he can't do the same thing. We need these guys to keep making these movies. Yeah. So I'm going to stick with that.
Yeah, which is interesting, and you make a good point. But I would say that Kane Parsons kind of had his hand held with the studio that was given to him, working with James Wan and the budget, given an Oscar-worthy, Oscar-winning actor to also carry the movie. Whereas I would say that the guy who directed Obsession, he kind of put this movie together with duct tape and bubble gum. I felt like
he did more with less. For sure.
Yeah, so I that's why I kind of give this movie a notch up. I agree with you guys. You can't compare the movies to one another. They're both different movies. They're both excellent. But I think from like a fan of like cinema, watching these guys be like the artists that they are to direct, I think Obsession is slightly impressive solely because of that. So.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I do think that Obsession was definitely like a lightning in a bottle kind of situation where this movie just kind of came out of nowhere. Well, like it just, everyone was just surprised by how great it was, For me, Backrooms, going back to what Eric was saying, I just think the allure of the Backrooms itself, the mystery of it, really is what intrigued me. The score of Backrooms was just much more appealing to me. It felt a lot more like ambient horror music, kind of like Silent Hill. So, and I don't know, I love the aesthetic of the Backrooms, and I love exploring that. And yeah, I mean, you make a good point, Josh. I feel like you do have like these Oscar-winning actors that definitely like beefed up the film a lot. But that's not to say anything about like Kane Parsons. Still, like, he did a lot of that work with Blender, which is like a free open source software. Like, anyone can use it, and it's impressive that he was able to implement that in a feature film of that scale. So, but both of them are like Eric was saying. We both need these directors. We both need more of this type of like fresh takes on horror. Edgar, go ahead.
Sorry, it just because that's a good like segue for my next question. Like, something that's been grinding my gears lately, right? Like you said, you guys, and I agree too. We need these two directors to continue, if it's horror or action, whatever their career paths take them, right? But there's some jackass director out there who said, "Stop bringing these YouTubers and making them films," right?
I know who you're talking about.
And this is the same.
Eli Roth.
Yep.
Go ahead. But anyway.
Yeah, fuck this guy. Dude.
Whoa.
I already said it. I've said it before too. He's a sorry ass director.
Oh, damn. Okay, go ahead.
It's true. He's just known for, he tries to, for every film, it's the same fucking shit. Shock factor. At least I'll give this to I also shit on M. Night Shyamalan, but with this guy M. Night, he does something different each time.
And he's not putting AI in his fucking movie.
So I'm just saying, like, this guy fucking, as with other directors welcoming new coming directors, this guy's like, stop bringing these YouTubers and look at you, guy. You can't even crush the top 10 fucking box office, dude. And I'm just saying, like, this guy should just stop directing because he's stuck.
Yeah.
He's stuck in this generation where he grew up watching. Cannibal Holocaust and those those type of movies. Yeah. Like, no one likes that, dude. It's not a big audience of that. And like you said, he was caught using AI in his movies. Like, no, I didn't use it. And then he admitted it.
Oh yeah. Okay. Right. Yeah.
It's just like he should stop directing, dude. He's no good. He was given another property, Borderlands, even though nothing to do with that.
Oh my god. Yeah.
So I don't know if you guys have anything to say about that. Like he didn't
Like
agree.
gatekeeping.
Yeah.
These like newer.
Fucking jackass. Like he knows how to make
damn
horror.
shit. All right.
Okay, sorry.
Eric, go ahead. I think you were kind of impressed by what Edgar, or you agree with what Edgar was saying, correct?
I do, and I'm glad he brought it up. And typically, I would say most of the time, especially in this case with Eli Roth and his comments, when someone has comments to say like that are disparaging and putting down or gatekeeping, whatever you want to call it, he's feeling threatened. And guess what? Sorry, pal. Just like Edgar said, we have reached a point where people that are getting on YouTube, these are creative minds. They are proving to be more creative than what we have currently in the industry of the same old shock factor, doing movies that have a small audience. To Edgar's point, like we've seen this recycled, right? And so we're starting to see things that are not recycled. These are completely fresh minds that are bringing to the table their vision, and they are now being able to express it. And I think that we need more of it. It doesn't mean that all these YouTubers that are going to make something great, but I do think you're starting to see, like, you can be a guy that sits at home with an imagination and create something. And if you're good enough at it, guess what? There's going to be millions of people that are going to want to watch it. Yeah. Are going to enjoy it. And so it's what we need.
The Filippo brothers from Talk to Me, Bring Her Back, also started off in YouTube and ended up directing what I would think is two of the best horror movies of the decade.
I
like
agree.
Bring Her Back, I think that's going to be a movie that over time down the line is going to be remembered as like a cult classic.
Yeah, I think so.
It's going to be one of the better like horror movies when all is said and done. And Talk to Me also was such a fresh take on possession films for like the younger generation. So, and then Kane Parsons with Backrooms, like he's obviously bringing in millions of fucking people who would never have probably even stepped foot in a fucking movie theater. Like, let's be honest, like Backrooms, you can watch all this shit on YouTube. And then when he says he's going to make a Backrooms movie and it's of the same aesthetic of the YouTube videos, and then these younger audiences who grew up watching those videos are like, yeah, I'm gonna go fucking watch it in theaters. Like that's huge. That is huge. And you know, this is what Josh was wanting to talk about. Like, is this the return of cinema? And is this year marking that return to cinema? Because I kind of feel like I think so. You know, Marvel movies are not as I'm not gonna say profitable. They're definitely fucking profitable.
Not as
but
much.
They're not in the front
Yeah.
center anymore.
Yeah.
The thing that people are going to be talking about by the end of this year is how much money Obsession has made. The actors, people are going to be following the actors and the director. Not many people are going to give a shit about like. Well, I mean, everyone's going to talk about Doomsday, but like, that's not going to be the discussion people are going to talk about by the end of this year.
I know. But hopefully these two movies, right? Just a quick, hopefully the Oscars, like give, at least a category to horror now, because these are top tier fucking like horror movies, you know, with different takes and like all this, you know. So, yes, okay, we can continue with Josh's topic.
No, yeah, it's. I mean, I think Josh should kind of. What do you think? Do you think this is marking the start of the return of cinema, in your opinion, Josh?
Well, let me shine some light on you guys. How many movies this year do you think hit the $1 billion mark?
This year?
This year.
I think that the only two that I know is Odyssey and Spider-Man. That's all.
It's two.
So, right?
I would say two.
5.
Oh shit! Which ones are they?
Which
So-
one of those?
Spider-Man Brand New Day did over $2 billion. The Odyssey did 1.4 billion.
Okay.
Toy Story did a little over $1 billion.
All right.
Toy Story 5. Michael did a little over $1 billion. And Super Mario Galaxy did a little over $1 billion as well.
Okay. All right. Makes sense. Makes sense.
But with that, you also have other movies that were very high grossing, extremely profitable as well. For example, they did Devil's War Prada was up there. It did over 700 million. Okay. Project Hail Mary did almost 700 million as well. Pegasus did over 640 million.
Okay.
Minions did 500 million. And Obsession did a little over 500 million as well.
Wow.
So do I think this is the year of cinema, and not just cinema alone, but maybe even going back to the movie theater? I do. And if you think about it, we also have a handful of movies right around the corner that have not come out as of yet that may keep it alive.
Yeah, keep that trend going.
Keep that trend going. Excuse me. Absolutely. So, yeah, it's a interesting year. I think it was kind of a sleeper, right? I think the obvious was Spider-Man: Brand New Day. I think we knew that was going to be a banger. I think Odyssey was a hit or miss, right? A lot of us were thinking that it was going to be the best movie of the year. A lot of us were saying it's going to be like Christopher Nolan's, worst movie of all time, right?
Yep,
but the fact that it was in the conversation of potentially being the best movie of the year.
That award, sorry, Josh, of this might be the director's worst movie of all time, went to Steven Spielberg because Independence, right? Is that what it's called? Or Disclosure Day. See, I can't even remember what it's called. That movie ended up being probably Steven Spielberg's worst film, and Eric can attest to that because he wasted
2 hours.
Unfortunately, his time on that movie, but he did it for the love of the podcast.
Can I put in my 2 cents?
Go ahead
before I forget. I said no because it's still not over, right? We still have some good movies coming out. And Josh only named a few handful. But are we doing it with movies or how much the movies made in the box office? Because there's a difference, right? Let's say, what can I put it into, like... Okay, like, for example, like Toy Story, right? Toy Story, let's say, it got close to 1 billion, right? But ratings and, like, people's reviews, like, mixed, right? Are we...
That's mixed to positive.
You know what I'm saying? Like, are we going off how much it made or how much it made and how good it is, too?
I think it's a combination of both.
Okay. See, that's why I said it's kind of, to me, it's a no yet, Because, like I said, we still have good other movies coming out here soon. And I just saw the list. The majority of the movies that came out this year were like, the fuck was going on this year?
Such as?
Just because they had name good actors in there, like Christian Bale with that Bride movie, right? Mm-hmm. The animated film Goat was another one. Psycho Killer, had a cool, but it didn't do well. What was the one that you were watching with your girlfriend with the fucking crazy ape? It's a fucking
Primate.
That one was overall good, but it came out early in the year where it kind of slows down, right? People don't go to the movies. That's what I'm saying. See, it's kind of like all over the place. As with this next half or the end of this whatever you want to call it, quarter of the year.
Yeah.
For me, we're looking at Colony. That's going to be a fucking great one.
But I don't know if it's going to bring in a lot of money though.
I don't like Josh can do both. If it's great or didn't make it, right? You can say the same thing.
Yeah, I think it has to be a combination of both, right? And
you can say about
but go ahead.
Well, Furious, we enjoyed it. It overall was great, but it didn't do money in the box office.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't mean
it didn't bring enough people to the cinemas though, because it wasn't playing everywhere.
well, like okay, well, like I said, Colony. Oh my God, Colony is another one. Hope is a big one.
They're all foreign films, by the way.
But they're coming to America, jackass.
Well, I'm
Yeah,
just
but
saying.
foreign films are tough, I would say, simply because it's an acquired taste.
Exactly.
But I'm
And-
just
and
naming.
it's-
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, and it's hard to. It's not relatable, if that makes
That's
sense.
true. Yeah.
You know, so for example, Parasite, great movie. It was kind of like one of those sleeper movies where the whole world ended up seeing it, won Oscars and things like that. But kind of lucky because it's a Korean movie, right? And it's hard for Eric to be, and you guys to be interested in that movie because unfortunately you guys,
We're not Korean. Yep.
yeah, you're not. It's hard to relate. You know, I grew up, Korean. Obviously, I'm half Korean, but I gravitate more so to that. But Edgar, and I don't want to disregard you as well. You're kind of the small percentage where it's you're interested in that. Which I appreciate very much, right? But let me tell you this: like movies that came out earlier this year, right? Even whether they were successful or not, though, wasn't there some type of interest? Like, for example, 28 years later, The Bone Temple. Great series, is it not?
Mm-hmm.
That was a great movie in January. Love it or hate it, Scream 7 had the best February release date of all time. Did it not?
But was that because
There was
it
nothing
was Scream or because there was nothing coming out?
Nothing was out.
Well, February is the worst month in cinema. It's always been the worst.
Yeah.
If it comes out in February, you expect it to be bad, right?
And
If
Scream
Mortal
7 was.
Kombat came out in February, we'd be like, oh, it's going to be a shit movie, right? But the fact that it's the highest, it was the highest grossing February movie, says a lot about itself as well. Mortal Kombat 2 came out this year, right?
Yes.
That's it.
Yeah.
So, but we still have like Resident Evil. We still have Street Fighter. There's
Exactly.
what's the Onslaught? Looks interesting, but we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you've seen trailer for Your Mother. That one, that looks good too.
Your mother.
Yeah. Okay, I guess I'm the only one who saw that. That's coming out soon.
No, the Ollie. Yeah, with his
The guy
it's pretty much he can't do Blade, so he did his own movie or something.
Yep.
So
Oh, okay. Interesting.
That's what I'm saying. Like I'm kind of in between, but I'm leaning more towards like not yet because like all the great films are coming at the end of the year still. So that's my opinion. You can okay.
come on, Greenland 2 Migration came out in January.
That was
It's the movie with Russell Crowe.
Gerald Butler.
Oh,
But nobody.
Sometimes-
Russell Crowe. See?
I was like,
All right, go ahead.
Yeah.
That's my opinion. That's go ahead.
I don't know. I think it's. I think we're starting to see a new, fresh perspective, especially considering the fact that out of everything that Josh mentioned, Obsession being amongst those films that gross that much money, amongst very familiar IPs like Toy Story, like Devil Wears Prada, and all that. That's very impressive, man, and that is unheard of nowadays to see a movie like that. And I think we're gonna continue to see a trend of those kind of films come out. They're all not gonna be hitters, but I think we are gonna start to see more younger voices coming into the scene and make movies that are going to attract that audience to the theaters. I forget what this person's name is, but he's also on YouTube. He did a short film called Portrait of God. If you've not seen that, Dylan Clark is directing the next Blair Witch movie. He is also going to be doing the feature film of Portrait of God. So it's exciting on the horror side of things to see fresh perspectives, fresh voices.
What's your opinion?
Yes, I do think it's a return of cinema. Yes,
But the movies that he named and the movies are still supposed to release. Still,
I still think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you think, Eric? Being quiet.
I think this has been a very good year, and everything that we just highlighted, I think we have to look at both sides of this. There's a revenue side that does matter because it does correlate to people going to the theater and watching the movies, which is important. You need people in the theaters because that's where the experience happens. So these films that have eclipsed billions, the 5 that Josh mentioned, is a very positive sign. Many of those movies were worthy of such. But as we talked about these movies, it comes down to, look, I mean, we loved Obsession. We loved Backrooms. They didn't break $1 billion. And these are the ones that we seem to be glowing more about. There were 2 other movies earlier in the year that we did not mention that came out. And I don't know if everyone here has seen them. It's Send Help. It's very good.
Oh, yes. Fuck. You're right.
And let's not forget, while we're on the topic of YouTube creators, there was Iron Lung.
Iron
in
Lung.
January.
Oh, good pull.
So, and that one was done on a very low budget, very practical for the most part. Great movie, right? And that's Markiplier's that he kind of did it. He came out with his first, and then we got The Backrooms, and then we got Obsession. So, hearing about Dylan Clark doing Blair Witch actually makes me more confident now, because if you've not seen Portrait of God, you got to watch that. Yeah. It's like 8 minutes of your time, 10 minutes of your time.
It's
watch
well
it.
Worth it. Yep.
Well worth it.
And we also got Scary Movie 6.
I like that.
Yeah,
one.
Scary Movie 6. I got to see that one. But
just go in.
So,
sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's just, I think this has been very positive. I think I went to the movies more this year than I have in prior years. So it does say a lot about where cinema is going, and this is good. And we still have a lot to come here. So I think 2026 it'd be interesting to see, data on theater revenue at the end of the year versus prior years. I don't know how easy that is to obtain, but
let me also tell you, give you an idea of what's coming out in October.
Yeah, Jamie, pull it up.
And then let me know if any of these actually, if you have heard of it and what you guys think.
All right.
So they're going to release Avatar Aang this month, as they should, actually. I'm excited for that. But anyways, I did. Other Mommy.
Oh, that's coming out this year.
Comes out this year. Comes out in October.
Okay.
What the fuck is that?
I think that's going to be an interesting movie.
Yeah.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Your Mother, as Edgar stated. Street Fighter comes out in October.
Yes.
The Only Living Pickpocket in New York, starring John Turturro, which actually is getting a lot of hype and stating that he's up for an Oscar for that movie.
He's also
throwing that out there.
What's it? The Social Reckoning, right? He's also in that movie.
Correct.
So,
he is in that as well.
Big year for him.
Whale is coming out in October. And if you guys have not seen the trailer for that, I would highly recommend it. Looks very good. Clayface comes out in October. Wicker.
Man.
And that is it as of right now for October.
I had a little bit of a slip up when we did the check-in about movies. Well, if I've watched any movies, and this pertains to what we're talking about. I did watch Lee Cronin's The Mummy. So there's another one that came out. Now, it was a very Lee Cronin movie.
Is
say
it
that.
is it more Evil Dead or The Exorcist or both?
It feels like very Evil Dead.
Like
okay.
like Evil Dead
But-
Rise
but-
leftovers.
Kind of. I think Exorcist is not a bad comparison either.
Okay.
But you can see the DNA of Lee Cronin in this movie when you watch the. It's funny because I watched it and it just has the same blueprint. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. It's a very strange movie. Yeah, it's interesting. Right, so if you guys haven't seen it, I'd be curious to know your thoughts. I'll
Okay.
kind of leave it at that. But you'll understand what I'm talking about when you watch it. You'll know what I'm saying.
I just thought of this also because I feel like this is up your alley as well, Eric. Are you planning on watching Buddy?
Yes,
Good. All right.
yes. That great pull there because that's a. It's hard to grasp what the fuck's going on.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know either.
So, I don't know if they're just got their poker face on right now, and that's just how they're presenting it until you go see it. But it is kind of it is interesting. I'm interested in seeing it for sure. I have no idea what to expect, not a clue. But sometimes that's the best way to go into it.
Mm-hmm. That's right. That's right. I agree. I don't know. I feel like Eric, I think you're doing it the right way. I feel like you're going into these movies without having seen that many trailers or anything. Like I feel like that is the way to do it nowadays. It's like because that's how it used to be, right? You just would go to the movies and just, oh, let's go watch this one because it's the closest to the showtime, and you just go watch it and you're in for a surprise. I feel like that's how a lot of people should approach going to see these movies in theaters because you can get very diluted with the reviews and everything. So
You definitely can. So I think there's a purity to just going in and just I'm gonna watch it and we'll see how it goes. And sometimes you're gonna suffer, like Disclosure Day. You're gonna fucking suffer, and it's disappointing because when you know 5 minutes in, 10 minutes in, just picking up on little things quickly with some of the characters, the dialogue, you just know. You're like, oh boy, here we go. And my intuition, that's how I felt when I saw Mortal Kombat 2. That's how I felt when I saw Disclosure Day. I knew very quickly within the first 5-10 minutes that we're going down a dark path here. And I'm going to have to gut it out for 2 fucking hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
I'm kind of curious, and this is kind of off topic. I'll ask you, Eric, and then I'll kind of go around. But is there been a movie where you're just like, okay, I gotta walk out of this thing? Have you walked out of a movie?
Man, I don't know if I have. I was very, very close with Disclosure Day,
Jesus Christ.
but I didn't because I went with someone, and so I didn't want to do that. I don't know how they felt about it because I wasn't asking them. So I didn't want to ruin the experience for them. Now, I think they probably, after it was all said and done, it was over. I think they probably would have.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I'm not going to take that chance. But that movie for sure had me in a place where I wanted to walk out. I don't think I got that way with Mortal Kombat, but I just knew like this is going to be a letdown. But it had enough entertainment value to it. To where you're able to get through it. Where Disclosure Day just had nothing. It had nothing.
Wow, Jesus. Josh, have you ever walked out of a movie?
No, man, I paid money for that shit. I gotta watch it.
Hey, man, I'm just saying. You never know. I
ain't getting no refund. Like I get mad when my wife falls asleep during a movie, like watching her, and I'm like, see like money just like pouring out of her eyeballs, like her closed eyes. No, I can't do that. I would say that the closest I've walked out to a movie was The Last Airbender. Yeah, it was so bad.
Why'd you walk in? That was your first mistake.
I saw that opening night, dude.
Oh my god!
I saw that opening night. Yeah. And
hey, look. This year marked the first year where I almost walked out of a movie. Eric, you know this Return to Silent Hill.
Oh.
We almost walked out of that one. Don't know why I put myself through that torture. That was a terrible fucking movie, especially being a fan of that second game.
Mm-hmm.
I was this close to just leaning in and telling Edgar, like, just get the fuck out of here, dude. Just get the fuck out of here, man. Like, I can't.
But I'm
take
like,
it
Josh,
anymore.
we paid money for this shit.
I paid money for the shit. I brought all you along. And okay, you know what? Getting a little off topic. Look, this is the return of cinema. I do think so. We're seeing an upwards trend where we're getting a lot more fresh eyes on Hollywood and fresh voices, and I can't wait to see what we're gonna have, next year even. This year, we haven't even talked about. Oh, you said it right. You said, Josh said Digger, right, with Tom Cruise. Did you mention that movie?
I have not.
Have you seen the
I
trailer
have
for
not.
it?
I have seen trailers for that.
that's-
Yeah.
See, that's what I'm
another
saying.
one.
We still have the
Still got
years.
still got
The
some
year's not
movies.
over. We still have a lot of great
Well, when-
other movies.
Like, to be honest, Dune Part 3 and Doomsday are like really
Those are the
the
big
nail in
ones.
the coffin.
Those are the big
If you
ones.
think about it,
Yeah.
well, we got 2 more movies that are obviously going to make another over $1 billion, right?
Yeah.
Do I think Resident Evil is going to do $1 billion?
No.
Maybe not. It could have the potential, but it's still going to do maybe at least 500 million.
I don't
I would
think it's
say.
going to do that.
Hey,
You don't think it's going to do 500 million?
Howard, what the fuck, dude?
I think it's going to be a good
Wow.
movie. I'm excited for it, but I don't think Resident Evil is going to do those.
It's
numbers.
a fucking
You don't
known
think
property,
Resident Evil-
dude.
I think it's gonna.
Wow.
I think it's gonna be over 100 million.
Oh, you better eat your words right now, motherfucker. Okay.
I'm confident in saying that. I'm excited to see Resident Evil. I don't think it's gonna go 500 million.
Okay. What about Godzilla minus 0?
That's also not gonna go 500 million.
You motherfucker.
I'm just telling you right now.
Have you guys seen that movie? Josh and Eric,
what?
Godzilla minus 1,
The one that came out years ago, right?
like a couple years ago. Yeah.
Yeah. That was
Oh.
a great movie.
Oh wow!
The
I
ending.
haven't seen it.
Eric, oh man, you gotta watch him. It's one of the best.
It is the
Okay.
best Godzilla movie of all time. Period. Confident in saying
Man,
it.
so you don't think Resident Evil is going to do 100 mil?
No, I think it's gonna do 100 mil, not 500 mil.
Oh yeah, it will. It will.
I don't think
It will. It'll probably do. It'll do a couple hundred million.
Yeah.
I think it will do 500 mil.
I don't
Yeah,
think
it's
I'm
gonna
with-
do-
I'm
I
with-
think it'll do well.
I'm with Josh.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I think it'll do
Because
well.
you have what's
The name alone now attracts fucking people.
even not just the name, but the director.
The
as well.
director too.
But which one's had more buzz, Resident Evil or Weapons?
Resident Evil.
I think Resident Evil, when
Yeah.
it's said and done, will because of the name.
And
Look, saying that it's could do 500 million is one thing. It being good at 500 million is a totally other thing.
100%.
not only that,
So-
people are going to go to see this new rendition, new take of Resident Evil. Not only because of the name, it's because of that and the director.
Weapons grossed 270 million,
Yeah, it'll do more than that.
and that was like kind of like a.
But you just say
I'm
it.
surprised it did that much during the time that it was. No, it's the second movie, right? People didn't know what they were getting themselves into. Blah blah blah, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, if Weapons could do 270 million.
I
Yeah,
look
that's
forward to
Resident-
it.
Resident Evil will likely do double. I think.
We'll see.
It'll double.
If it's doubled, it's 500 million right there.
Yeah, I think it'll double that.
I would bet that, Alberto.
How much will
Yeah.
it bet? What is the bet?
$20.
Lunch.
Lunch. There you go.
Perfect. I'm okay with that. Let's do that. Let's do that.
I'm down.
The bet has been set, and I think that's a good spot for us to leave it at. Tell us what your thoughts are down below in the comment section. Like I said at the top of the podcast, we really appreciate you guys listening, and you don't want to miss the next few episodes over the next few months because we're going to be talking more horror movies. We will be reviewing Resident Evil here on the podcast. We're going to be talking about, I'm sure at some point we'll talk about Spider-Man Brand New Day. We'll talk about Buddy. We'll talk about all these stuff that people are excited for. So stick it to you. Stick it here. No, stick around here. We really appreciate it. And also, like I said at the top of the podcast, football season is upon us. So if you want to get your poor man takes, go and listen to Poor Man Sports.
What is your takes in the podcast, Albert?
I'm the mediator.
Oh,
I like to kind of just ask the questions. I am the Larry King of Poor Man Sports. I just ask the questions, and I let these guys just go wild. So go ahead, listen to those episodes in preparation for football season, and be prepared.
I think
Shout Your Basement.
That already started.
What, football season?
Yeah, then the
We're
Broncos,
in preseason, correct?
You guys don't want to talk about preseason?
Yeah, it doesn't really matter, I don't think.
No? Okay.
It's preseason. If you're fanatical like Josh and I, the preseason is not.
Doesn't count.
It doesn't. It's not where the talking. There's definitely importances to the preseason for sure, but it's not the big picture of what is to come. It's more of like you're going to see flashes of young players ascending. If that makes any sense.
The fuck was that?
Oh, Josh, where'd you get your hands on that, man? Because we gotta get you to stop.
It's on my phone, man. I just saw it, and I'm giving Eric kudos.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, like Broncos game 1 preseason, they blew it out of the park. They're like, yeah, their backup quarterback, he's the man. Bo Nix looks really healthy, and I'm just like, dude, it's preseason.
Yeah,
You're up against like third strings at this point.
Yeah, and by the way, Jared Stidham isn't a guy that. Who cares if he plays well in the preseason? Like, he's not going to take you to the promised land.
Yeah, every quarterback in the preseason during a preseason game was great.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
actually, that's not true, but sometimes it's true. But yeah.
Yeah, I'm just saying it's true, man.
So
Tim Tebow looked great during preseason for the Eagles.
Yes, he did, and then he was cut. So then they cut him.
All right.
I guess if we're going to sign it off.
Yes.
To go back to kind of walking out of a movie theater, I have moments of emotional rage watching the Eagles where I'll shut the game off before it's over, walk away for 10 minutes only to go back and turn it on in the last 30 seconds to watch them lose. I have in 2011, week 2, Eagles at Falcons. I did break a television watching that game.
Oh, wow.
And I continued to watch the game while the TV was broken. And the Eagles were ahead when I broke the television.
So then what?
But I could sense them falling apart, and they did. And I watched it as my television fell apart. So I've gotten up in fits of rage and walked out of Eagles games on television for about 5 or 10 minutes.
Eric, before you can actually sign off, I think out of everyone in this podcast, I can just confidently say you are obsessed with the Eagles, and that is a fact. Go ahead and sign us off.
Absolutely. I've learned to control these emotions. I don't break televisions anymore.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I remember that was 15 years ago. So it's what it is, man. I'm excited and I'm looking forward to it, and I'm very passionate about it, and I can't wait. Week 1, Commanders, we're coming for you. Eagles, Broncos in the Super Bowl. I'm going to say it. I'm going to beat that drum all year long.
Oh, okay.
Go Birds, baby.
Go Birds.
Again?